MCAT 2017 Cram, Critical Analysis and Reasoning Skills, Flashcard Set 7.6, Disaster Risk Knowledge in Nepal, Foundations of Comprehension. As you read the passage, you'll notice a highlight of text dispersed throughout the third paragraph. What I want you to do is garner meaning from this specific selection in order to help answer the Foundations of Comprehension question that follows. Okay, this question will require you to demonstrate that you know how to recognize an accurate paraphrase or summary of the central theme of the passage. So good luck and happy reading or happy viewing of the reading. All right. Paragraph 1. Disaster risk is expressed in terms of potential loss of lives, deterioration of health status and livelihoods, and potential damage to assets and service due to the impact of existing natural hazards. Disaster risk reduction is a systematic approach to identifying, assessing, and reducing disaster risk, and it helps minimize the vulnerability of a society or community. It also prevents or mitigates the adverse effects of natural disasters, facilitating a sustainable development process. The Second World Conference on Disaster Reduction, held in Kobe, Hyogo, Japan, in January 2005, which adopted the Hyogo Framework of Action, HFA, 2005 to 2015, building the resilience of nations and communities to disasters. It has provided a unique opportunity to promote strategic and systematic approach to reducing vulnerabilities and risks. HFA states that all countries must use knowledge, innovation, and education to build a culture of safety and resilience at all levels. Moreover, it suggests that disasters can be reduced substantially if people are well informed and motivated about measures they can take to reduce vulnerability. Poverty drives people to live in high-risk, marginal areas of mountains, river valleys, of disasters in underdeveloped or developing countries. DRR is particularly important for sustaining the attainment of all developmental goals since it provides a safety net for the hard-earned development gains of a developing country. In Nepal, it is a great challenge to protect infrastructure and public and individual properties from frequent landslide, flood, and earthquake disasters. Each year, hundreds of people are killed and a large amount of public and private properties are destroyed in landslide, flood, fire, and avalanche disasters. Each large-scale disaster sets the country back several years in terms of the development efforts. When scarce resources such as time, energy, expertise, and funding are suddenly diverted in relief and recovery work, the overall developmental activities are delayed significantly. Paragraph 3. The disaster statistics in Nepal always motivate and justify the urgent need of DRR works in Nepal. Therefore, Nepal has also adopted HFA, and so far the government of Nepal has formally adopted policies guided by DRR and implemented the DRR in its various development as well as education programs. In Nepal, the World Disaster Reduction Campaign of 2006-2007 was initiated, and many programs such as school curricula for disaster risk education, community-based disaster management at the village level, disaster mitigation plans at the district level, etc., have been implemented. Similarly, raising awareness within school communities is a well-implemented program in the schools of Nepal. This awareness activity includes training of teachers, organizing disaster quiz competitions among schools and local youth clubs, school contests on disaster risk knowledge, campaigning for disaster safety in communities, and turning school students into catalysts and initiators in many more community-based disaster awareness activities. Which of the following best captures the attitude of the author in regards to addressing the natural disaster problems in Nepal? A, skeptical, or B, is the author frustrated, C, optimistic, or D, apathetic? And for those of you who are a little confused on what the words optimistic and apathetic mean, optimistic means hopeful and confident about the future, whereas apathetic means showing or feeling no interest, enthusiasm, or concern. Okay? All right, so definitely press pause if you need to. And I recommend opening up a second window to view the reading of the passage to find the specific selections of text to help arrive at the correct answer. I'll give you a moment to think. All right, so hopefully by now you've arrived at the correct answer, and if not, that's okay. Let's explore how to solve this right now. Okay, so the format of this question, STEM, is definitely foundations of comprehension, and the author wants you to basically summarize the central theme. Well, not the author, the test maker wants you to summarize the central theme, which includes the author's general attitude. In paragraph 3, the author notes that Nepal might benefit from implementing some of the strategic approaches developed by the international community. In doing this, the author conveys a positive tone of hope when describing the various educational programs that have been implemented in the country. Specifically, the author says, quote, well implemented, and suggesting that these programs are, quote, raising awareness within school communities. The author does not display negative evaluations such as skepticism or frustration. Okay, so answer choices A and B would be eliminated in what Nepal is doing for disaster prevention and awareness. The author displays a strong concern with the serious negative impact of disasters and the need to prevent them. Thus, this tone is not apathetic. The author has concern and interest. So the general attitude of the author would be optimistic, hopeful, and confident about the future of these programs and their efficacy in disaster preparedness. Okay. All right.